Before the video starts, I just want to state a huge thanks to everyone watching this video right now. It means the world to me, more than I could even say, honestly. Like, of course I could say a simple thanks and how much I appreciate it, but that doesn't really tell you guys how much I appreciate it. Because the amount of joy that's expressed whenever I see people like enjoying my content, watching my videos, and liking my videos and just commenting about how it's an amazing video and how I should keep it up, it really makes my day, and it's something that I could never really say with words. And I just appreciate it so much. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Now, as you could read on the title, this is custom origins for my Xenoverse 2 characters, and those characters include the following. Here are a list of all the characters that I have in Xenoverse 2. Enjoy! Gerard version 2.1, Janemba Reborn, Deku, Yang Xiaolong, Monster, Boo plus Oob equals me, the Lone Warrior, and Ultra Instinct, Gerard version 2.1. And just for why not, let's just throw in Gerard, which was my CAC in Xenoverse 1. Let's just throw in a story there as well. Because, hey, why the heck not? Extra credit points, I guess. So, yeah. And these stories will be happening right about now. So if you like this and you want to see more, please make sure to stick around, and I hope you enjoy the stories. Oh, and before I forget, huge shout outs to one of my subscribers, Beety Steety, for helping me out with creating a bunch of these stories. And I'll give him credit where credit is due for the stories that he helped me out on, or even created on his own. Without him, this video would be impossible. So please make sure to go check him out, subscribe to him, and just help him out in any way necessary. He deserves this. He's basically the creator of this video, more or less. I mean, I'm the voice, but he's the idea. But he's basically the brains of this operation. So, yeah. And one more thing. If you guys thought, I could totally do better with making stories, go at it. Make stories. Because I want to see if you guys are a better storyteller than me and Beety Steety combined. I hope to see those in the comments, and I hope you enjoy. This submitted story is brought to you by yours truly, so I hope you enjoy. Accessing databanks. Codename Reincarnation. Janemba was one of the strongest opponents Goku and Vegeta have ever faced, even forcing them to fuse into one of the strongest beings in existence, Gogeta. Thanks to the combined might of the fusion dance, Gogeta quickly disposed of Janemba with the Soul Punisher. Though it didn't kill Janemba, instead it scattered Janemba's essence all across hell, making it impossible for Janemba to regenerate and come back. King Yama noticed this and put a plan into motion. He took Janemba's essence and power and reincarnated him into Snow. Snow was part of the Frieza Force, and the third strongest fighter in the Frieza Force. However, because of the reincarnation process, and by seeing the dead bodies of one of the decimated planets they left behind, Snow eventually started questioning if what Frieza was doing was right or wrong. Frieza caught wind of this and summoned the entire Frieza Force to take out Snow and bring him back, dead or alive. Snow eventually escaped and arrived at Kanton City, badly damaged and on the verge of death. Luckily, he was brought to the Supreme God of Time and was healed thanks to her. She had eventually found out after feeling his energy was similar to Janemba, and after talking to King Yama, that Snow was the reincarnation of Janemba. Thus, from that point on, he began to call himself Janemba Reborn, and as a way of expressing his gratitude, he decided to join the Time Patrol to help get rid of the evil in the world. This story was submitted by my subscriber, Beety Steety. I hope you enjoy. Accessing databanks. Codename Lone Warrior. Long ago, before the Super Saiyan legend, there was an even scarier legend, the Great Namekian. Nobody knows what he was, but he always fought alone, so everyone called him the Lone Warrior. He was the first to turn into a giant Namekian, and caused fear throughout the entire universe, surpassing even the mighty Lord Frieza and his father, King Cold, until one day, the great and ancient Namekian had challenged the god of destruction, known as Beerus. Their battles lasted for centuries, with neither one of them getting tired, until the great Namekian had fallen and accepted defeat. There are still rumors to this day and age that he still may be alive, and lurking in the shadows of the galaxy. It is also rumored that he surpassed the Super Saiyan God. This story was submitted by Beety Steety and edited by yours truly. I hope you enjoy. Accessing databanks, codename Hero. After the defeat of the mighty demon god Demigra, Gerard was known as the hero of the Time Patrol and kept Toki Toki City in years of peace and prosperity, and even surpassing Super Saiyan 3 Goku without any Saiyan transformations of his own. However, one day, Toa and Mira suddenly attacked Toki Toki City in an act of revenge for the destruction of Demigra. Gerard warded off the intruders, but he wasn't able to save the city. However, the Supreme Kai of Time had a plan. She suddenly got rid of Toki Toki City and constructed Kanton City, a bigger city than Toki Toki City could have ever been. This submitted story is brought to you by myself and Beety Steety. I hope you enjoy. Accessing databanks, codename Faker. A clone of Toki Toki City's hero, Gerard, the same hero that thwarted Toa and Mira's plans way back when. He was created specifically to destroy Gerard, but something went wrong with the cloning process. Gerard version 2.1 was somehow able to gain his free will and escape from his creators, and eventually found the Supreme Kai of Time and the Time Patrol. He then decided to work with the Supreme Kai of Time and Gerard, the man he was told to kill, in order to stop Toa and Mira from taking over the world. The submitted story is brought to you by yours truly. I hope you enjoy. Accessing databanks, codename Huntress. Yang Xiaolong was trained at Beacon Academy and worked for their team called Ruby, led by her sister, Ruby Rose. While she was on a routine run to get rid of Grimm in a destroyed city, something went terribly wrong. Right when Yang was about to punch some Grimm into next week, she was suddenly teleported to Kanton City. Before she could stop herself, she accidentally punched a random bystander. As soon as this happened, everyone in Kanton City started trying to subdue her. But even though Yang didn't know how to use Ki, she was still able to put up a good fight, and was even able to take everyone out, thanks to her semblance. Her semblance allows her to take damage and dish it out 10 times harder. As soon as she knocked out the last resident, Trunks suddenly appeared and quickly took out Yang, and took her to the Supreme Kai of Time. The Supreme Kai of Time was able to figure out why Yang was here in the first place. She was transported here by Toa's dark magic. Angered by this, Yang's eyes began to turn red and decided to take Toa and Mira down as revenge and to get back to her team. This submitted story is brought to you by yours truly. I hope you enjoy. Accessing databanks, codename Plus Ultra. Izuki Midoriya, also known as Deku, was known as nothing more than a quirkless boy. In his world, quirks are known as superpowers, though he was given a quirk by his idol, All Might. Now, Deku's quirk allows him to use extreme amounts of strength to obliterate his opponents. He was in one of his classes in UA High School when a large portal appeared above him and sucked him up. He appeared in front of two strange people shrouded in evil aura. This was Toa and Mira, and they had summoned him to have Deku work for them. However, they underestimated Deku's amazing power. He managed to escape and found Trunks and the Time Patrol, some of which were Gerard version 2.1, the Lone Warrior, Monster, and Yang Xiaolong. Both her and Deku became friends, and even became sparring partners, honing their skills in preparation for the final battle against Toa and Mira. The submitted story is brought to you by me, with some ideas coming from Beety Steety. I hope you enjoy. Accessing databanks, Codename Bully. She was once a normal girl in high school. Her name isn't Monster, that's just a nickname. Her real name is actually Claire Rose, but she prefers her nickname. She was just like you and me. In fact, she didn't even know how to fly or use ki in any way. She went to Orange Star High School, the same school that taught students like Videl and Gohan, though this was before Videl and Gohan were there. However, at a certain point, many of Monster's classmates bullied her and called her names, which is how she picked up her nickname Monster. In order to cope with the bullying, she decided to take up martial arts, and eventually became the best of the best. She was so good, the Time Patrol eventually caught wind of Monster's fighting abilities, though there was one big problem. She couldn't use ki. Because of this, Trunks decided to trade Monster, in hopes that Monster would be a valuable asset to the Time Patrol. The submitted story is brought to you by yours truly. I hope you enjoy. Accessing databanks. Codename UI. After Gerard version 2.1 defeated Ultra Instinct Goku, he began training every day at all times to attain that form for himself. However, as much as he tried, he just couldn't attain the form. He decided to try and spar with Goku and ask him how he attained the form. Goku couldn't tell Gerard any good info about Ultra Instinct, only that even Goku didn't even know how to unlock it. It just happened. Gerard decided that the only way to attain Ultra Instinct would be to train with Whis. After about 5 years of constant training, he was finally able to tap into Ultra Instinct, becoming the strongest fighter, even stronger than Goku, Vegeta, and even on par with Vegito and Gogeta at full power. This submitted story is brought to you by yours truly. I hope you enjoy. Accessing databanks. Codename Fusion. This takes place in an alternate universe. Oob was about to be killed by Baby, when suddenly, Boo appeared out of nowhere and blocked the attack. However, it was too much damage, even for Boo, and he was on the verge of death. However, since Oob was a reincarnation of Boo, this made it possible for them to fuse. But instead of creating Majub, this created Boo plus Oob equals me. This fusion has way more power than Majub ever could, as this fusion was easily able to rid the world of Baby Vegeta without the help of Goku. He was even on par, if not stronger, than Super Saiyan 4 Goku. While he was sparring with Goku, he was suddenly transported to Kantan City, thanks to the help of Shenron. He became confused at first, but then he sensed a familiar energy. He looked behind him, and he saw Trunks dashing at him, ready to fight. After a little bit, Trunks put his sword away and told him the situation. Toa and Mir's actions, changes in history, everything. After hearing this, Boo plus Oob equals me agreed to work with the Time Patrol to stop those who changed history.